As promised, the review is up. And it's still what? Wednesday. Probably because it came out a little early for me. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray. We are reviewing Snowfall season number 4, episode number 5, The Get Back. Last time, it was a lot going on. Okay, last time, it was too much. Last time, the baby Tiana had gotten shot by Leon. Baby, listen. I didn't ask you, but I kind of want to know whose fault you really think it is. I know Leon pulled the trigger, but everybody had a moving piece in it, right? Everybody had something to do with it. Everybody had some accountability. So I felt like last time we went see my scene, and this time we need to do that again because it just fits well, and it kind of just rolls in one thing under the other, under the other, under the other. Well, when the scene opens up, you see Fatback and Leon setting the car on fire. Fatback's like, you did this before? He said, nah, but the concept, give me your lighter. It should work. We can't go together. We need to go our separate ways. You cannot go back to the projects. Here's what I have. This is all the money that I have. Like, and I want to know where Fatback is. I'm getting too fat. I'm getting beside myself, going too far, but I want to know where Fatback is too. Like, anyway, so they separate. Leon is going to be fucked up in the head around shooting a kid. Like, at the hospital, at the morgue area, because I don't know where they are, where the hallway is. I don't know. Khadijah is sitting and the officers are questioning her, asking her questions. Do you know who you saw? Who did you see? Who did this? She is tight-lipped, but you could see that not only is she in pain that her daughter has left, but she is angry. Just like you would be when you went from the hood like that. Like the combination of hurt and anger and resentment and revenge and vindication is all on her face. Khadijah is doing a great job portraying Tiana's mother, mourning Tiana. In walks Scully. And he's yelling, where's my baby? Where's my baby? I mean, even though, he is who he is, right? It is gut-wrenching to me. It is heartbreaking to me that you lose a 5-year-old. Well, we see Leon, he's retreating to his mother's house. He comes in looking for a shovel. The mama's like, yeah, the 20K that you had out there is gone. It was meant for emergencies. She was like, I got emergencies. I got emergencies. I got shit too. And guess what, babe? I love you, but your brothers and sisters are here every night and you can't be here. It's just what it is. Man Boy, now y'all remember Man Boy and Khadijah are brother and sister, okay? And it just so happens that Khadijah is the baby mama for Scully. Y'all remember that, right? So he goes up to visit Khadijah when he hears that his niece, Tiana, had been shot. Fatally shot and killed, right? Just to see her and to talk to her. And she really ain't having it at first. She all like, I don't give a damn. We ain't cool. You shot up my building. He was like, well, I knew you wasn't there. Like, it was a whole lot back and forth. You treated me kind of like shit. All of that. But he's there to make amends. I mean, how can you not? And she's all like, tell me her middle name if you knew her so well. He tells the middle name and he's all like, I didn't know her and I always thought I had time, and I'm sorry for that. But let me help you. Who did it? She told him, right? We see Leon wandering around, honey, in his mama's robe that she gave him because it was cold, because he couldn't stay there. He lied and said he had a place to go. He didn't have nowhere to go. And under the bridge and stuff, just out there, about to lose his mind is what's really about to happen. Well, we see Franklin and Louie and Jerome talking about the situation with the bodyguards. Y'all, my shoulders hurt. Talking about the situation with the bodyguard saying, I need Peaches to get better soon, fast, quick, and in a hurry because, you know, he's without coverage, right? And here comes Man Boy. Man Boy says, you know what? I just left my sister. She told me who the shooter was. She told me it was Leon. And so check this out. I made my shit right. When my people did wrong, I brought them to you. We took care of it. I'm expecting that same courtesy. I want Leon. I need you to rectify this. Like, my nigga. We not finna play no games. Man Boy is a problem. We already know Man Boy is a problem. Man Boy don't back down from nobody. Right? Man Boy already literally embodies, like, is he an LA nigga? Like, that's how I feel like. I feel like, excuse me, not even LA, Compton. Yeah, I feel like he embodies that because I lived in LA and then I lived in LA on the near the border of Compton too. So listen, I done been around. I done been around in this little South LA area. Honey, Louis cares less about Leon. Says that he brought this on himself, that he is a wild card, that he should have just fell in line, but he ain't got good sense. And Jerome says, listen, we got two options. We either protect him or we give him up. Them is the options, one or the other. Louis like, hand him over. She don't have no sympathy. Ruthless. When women are in this business, they are probably more ruthless and less, and more ruthless and more heartless than men. Because we gotta be, we have to show our power, our prowess. We have to show that we in charge and we the boss, so we don't cut nobody no slack. So I don't feel no kind of way that Louis is like, well, you know, Leon be tripping anyway. X him out. But Franklin, you can tell that he has a soft spot for Leon. That's his boy. Well, Gustavo goes and shows up drunk, honey, at the sister's house. I think her name is Expita. I don't know. Expita. I don't child. I have no clue. So, shows up drunk, but it sounds like an intruder. So she calls 911. When 911 shows up, you know, she finds out that it is Gustavo. But when 911 shows up, Gustavo decides he's about to show out. Talking about he's CIA. He gets arrested, honey. Drunk off his ass. Arrested. Now, we seeing Leon. Now we seeing Alton at the shelter. He walking through, you know, checking off beds and stuff. And who does he see laying on the floor? Leon. Leon went to where he thought would be safe. Because he could not get in contact with Franklin any other way, right? So where I know I'm safe, and though I fucked up with this family, they are still my family, and I know that they're gonna accept me in. Well, Irene goes to work, and the white lady, she was fired. The new publisher is there, and she wants to share her new idea that they got a story that would save this Herald, the Daily Herald. Is that what it's called? Nevertheless, they go in there, and we go right to the next scene. And it's Scully and Khadijah at the hospital. Scully does not want to leave his daughter's body there. Well, what you gonna do with it, Scully? What you gonna do? Why are you just sitting there? What is that gonna do for you other than, and then you got Khadijah there with all the blood on her. Well, of course Alton calls Franklin. They put Leon in one of his apartments, an empty apartment where a tenant left early, you know, just all of a sudden. Put them there, told him, look, stay there. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't leave. Don't call nobody. Don't do nothing. Just stay here. I'm going to bring you back some food. Jerome gives him his gun. But, you know, Jerome looking at him like, you stupid ass nigga. Like, you dumb. What is we doing and why are we here? Like, because you made a decision, a rash decision. Because you, in the heat of the moment, when you know you probably should have just stuck with Franklin, because Franklin has the ideas, he's gonna think things through, and though they don't seem to go well with what you think, because you know you a real street dude, right? They don't go with your logic. He still makes it work. Well, Reed picks up also from the the police station, and listen, he gets in the car, he tells him, listen, you can't do this no more. He was like, yeah, I got it. He was like, are you good? Because, you know, the kid needs us. We then see Scully acting a fool because they willing the body off because they need to do an autopsy. And he's all like, you can tell that she's shot. You ain't finna open up my baby. And Khadijah's like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I need to get home. You know, you're not about to do shit. Like, she's now showing her power. You can see that she about to turn into somebody different. She about to turn into somebody different. And I wonder if they gonna have her kill Leon. Like, have her run into Leon and kill Leon just by happenstance. I wonder. Franklin meets with Reed and says, I need a favor. I need a 5-year-old was killed. I need you to find out what you know. And he said, are you involved, man? Can you do it? I really don't like Irene, but let's talk about her a little bit more, because she's talking to the publisher and the editor and is telling them what her lead is and how much manpower that she's going to need to get this story. And they like, okay, that's great. You got an informant that's not going to come on the books, so you got to give us more than that. And she was like, what about two Colombian drug lords? So we see Lenny in the apartment, and we see Leon in the apartment, and he is having nightmares. He is thinking Franklin is killing him, like, I'm the smart one, you dumb motherfucker. And then he wakes up and he sees his body dead, laying over Khadijah, and she laughing and saying, you gonna get yours. Like, his soul is tormented, not from killing anybody but the children, like the child. If it was just them adults, he probably would have been fine. But that baby, that was the thing that got him. He was awakened by a sissy knocking on somebody's door, asking about their rent. And she knew that he was there, and so she went on in there and seen him. And listen, she did what mothers do. That's not her biological child, but that is her son's best friend. And she came in there and she hugged on him and loved on him and let him cry and braided his hair. Like, he needed a moment of just letting go and breaking down. And you normally do that with who? Your mother or your girl. And his mother was like, nigga, I can't help you. And his girl is cracked out over there in the hospital, who's probably sobering up. You can tell, you know, he's very remorseful, but I mean, the act has already been done. There's nothing you can do now. You didn't think it through. The little girl is gone, and now your soul is tormented. And it's just like, it just reminds me that it's real life, right? Like back then, bullets don't have no names. They don't have no names down. So while when you got this vendetta and you want to kill somebody and kill their people, because that's all that was retaliation and retaliation, and kids were killed all the time. Like you saw it in not last episode, but episode 3, when they were shooting up the bottoms and the little boy was out there crying. Like, it's all real. Like, none of this is made. I mean, it's fictitious, but it is based on real life shit. Now we see Gustavo at Reed's office, and you can see that he's troubled. He was like, yeah, the kid is in trouble, but I can't help him, right? So when they sit down, Gustavo sits down and he's like, listen, I want to apologize about the other day. I'm going to get cleaned up. I'm in this with you, but here are my demands. I want $1,000 per kilo that we sell. Listen, Reed didn't blink an eye. Okay, $1,000 is nothing. We're moving weight, right? Franklin is selling them for $12,000, $15,000 or whatever. He's selling them to Franklin for 10. Like, it's no money. He should have asked for more, maybe. But the thing that got me, he was like, I want to know what's up with Lucia. I want you to find her and tell me what happened. He was like, let sleeping dogs lie. But I want to know what happened to Lucia too. I mean, we ain't seen Lucia since season 2. In the beginning, like, I want to see where she is too, right? He says he just wants to know what happened to her. Franklin goes and visits his mom and kind of say, you know, you went and saw Leon. Why? First off, don't question your mama, okay? I don't give a fuck how much money you making and how she's your employee. Don't question your mama. You think she make bad moves, bad decisions? She ain't did it yet. She said, he's just like you. Right, he could be my child. He's just like you. He's lost, right? Like, she said, what's the plan? He doesn't know, and then he gets a page. So then we see Man Boy. He goes over to the bottoms to Khadijah and Scully's house he wants to apologize and kind of make amends with Scully because of the situation, because Scully ready to shoot the nigga. Like, what you in my house for? And Khadijah's all like, hold up, ain't nobody doing nothing. He's here to apologize and you gonna accept his apology on my behalf? You know, like, because really, in all honesty, she's all like, it's your fault that I'm in this shit. Both of you niggas, y'all was fighting and beefing, and because y'all was fighting and beefing, the fact of the matter, the bottom line is now my daughter is dead. If y'all would have just stayed cool in your respective cities and sold your drugs where you were supposed to, my baby would be fine. This is y'all's fault. That's how I read that. Like, everybody is accountable, including her. And I say including her because she's part of that life. Once you get in that life, you are not in a bubble and safe from bullets or drug raids or any of you. This is a choice. You fell in love with a thug. You fell in love with a drug dealer. You fell in love with the head dope dealer, right? You did. And you riding in the car with the people in the middle of a gunfight, a shootout, a gang war. There's the word. So, I mean, even she has some responsibility. And I guess because they thought that the gang war was just between Scully and Manboy, that it wouldn't happen. Scully didn't share. Then now I'm going after Leon. He none of that. He didn't share none of that. Everybody holds some responsibility in it. I'm just going to tell you that's how I feel. If you don't agree with that, y'all let me know down below in the comments, because I'm just saying, for every action, there is a reaction. For every cause, there is an effect. And all of this is just a series of chain reactions. It's just a domino effect. You hit one and it's just going down. Eventually, karma does come back around. Like, don't act like you don't know. You can see it in your own life. Maybe not in this same instance, but you definitely see it. Well, Irene takes her happy ass over there to visit Diego and Danilo, who have been sitting in a jail with no phone calls, no arraignments, no trials, no nothing. I thought it was kind of odd that they let the both of them see the lawyer at the same time. In real life, if you guys aren't represented by the same lawyer, I don't think that would work. And even then, I think if your lawyer came to see you, he'd have to see you separately. I'm not sure. If y'all know, y'all tell me. You know, I ain't never been in that. I mean, I have been in some trouble, but not like that with nobody else. Well, sort of with somebody else. Listen, never mind. You can find it on my channel if you want to hear about the time I was locked. The time I went to jail for breaking and entering, kidnapping and breaking and entering. It's a story time around here somewhere. Maybe I'll put it up here for you. So, Reed goes and visits Franklin. That was the page that he got. And baby, let me tell you, the news that he shared was very devastating, because everybody knows that, well, they know now. Back then, they did not know. But everybody knows that if you're about to do dirt, your fingerprints should not be on the gun or on what? The bullets. You should be putting the bullets in with gloves or some kind of cloth or something. I'm not telling y'all to go out and do bad things, but that's just the way that kind of life works, right? Okay, that's just what it is. He says that Leon's prints were found on the bullets that were removed from the autopsy, and you guys are known associates. So it's just going to go downhill from here. Leon and Fatback have been ID'd, and now we are seeing their photos on the television. His mama saw him, Sissy and Alton saw it, and then you got Franklin and Louie and Jerome saw it, and then you see Leon standing outside of the apartment looking in, and he sees it too. Scully in the living room getting a tattoo, child. With Manboy in there, they getting high, getting a tattoo. Khadijah is like, you motherfuckers, what are y'all doing? The nigga that killed my baby is out there, and y'all in here just chilling. This is what you gonna do? Oh, no. You owe me. You owe me. I want that nigga dead. Period. That's what she said. And that sounds like a mother. A mother that's in that life. A mother that knows that you will go pull that trigger for your child. Well, Scully tells Manboy, hey, yo, stay here with her for me. He say, yeah, he put on his jacket. We don't know where he going, okay? When Leon seen himself on the TV, Leon sees himself on the TV, right? Then we see Franklin going over to the apartment, and he's not in the apartment anywhere. Nowhere to be found. What that dumb nigga did was go to his house. He went to the projects to look get his stash, get his money, because he about to leave. Like, I can't be here. I'm wanted. My photo was on TV. And I kept saying, why are they showing us the couch over there flipped over? What was that? What was the point of that? I mean, I be noticing all kind of stuff because I be stopping stuff and rewinding, but I was wondering what that was about because they showed it more than one time. Is Fatback in there? Is he dead? And is he in there? Like, y'all, who knows? Because I really want to know where Fatback is. I really want to know where he is. Well, when Leon comes out, guess who's waiting on him? None other than Scully. Why wouldn't he be? You think a little hoodie was going to hide you? He start busting. I mean, literally, this is how it plays out. He starts busting in the projects, and he running. Like, how many people do I know that actually was running in the projects when somebody was busting on them? Okay, maybe one or two, not too many. But nevertheless, I do know, right? Or have heard of, or understand the concept behind. Fortunately for Leon, Franklin and Jerome are waiting for him. They see him. Get your dumb motherfucking ass, get your dumb ass in the car, or whatever he says. And Jerome is shooting back. And I'm all like, now you have made it worse for you. Like, now, I'm sure they saw that it was Franklin and Jerome that is helping Leon out. I'm sure of it, hands down. We see Irene, and she goes to the editor, and the editor says, you got my interest peak, find the weak link, and they're gonna talk. Who's gonna be the weak link? We gotta think about that. Who's gonna be the weak link? Who's gonna show up and be the weak link? But the last scene that happens is Man Boy comes and meets up with Franklin. I don't trust Man Boy as far as I can see him. And then though he's standing there very amicable, talking to, very matter of fact though, very cordially speaking to Franklin, I got a feeling that he ain't with it, right? So Franklin and his little crew come outside, and they don't look like they ready for Man Boy and them people. But you know, Man Boy say, all these people, and ain't none of them Leon. Franklin's like, oh yeah, and it won't be. No, ain't none of these gonna be Leon. You know. Of course, Man Boy is disappointed, and he explains to Franklin that, you know what, I had a lot of respect for you. I thought, you know, and the reason I respected you was because you drew a line between business and personal. And every time some dumb shit was done, though I didn't like it, you drew the line between business and personal. And I thought to myself, no, he didn't. He always protected Leon. When Leon came and was trying to take over your corners in Compton, he was protecting him. Now, in front of you. Now, when they got to the side, he said, you're going to give up his corners. Drive, motherfucker, drive. But other than that, he's always in front of you, taking care of Leon. Made it personal when it came to Leon because Leon was his boy. Every single time. Every single time. So I don't know what he mean when he thought that he was like, oh, he in business or whatever, but maybe because he would always clean up the business, right? So, you know, Man Boy pretty much says, so since you can't give me Leon, we can no longer do business. All right, that's Franklin. He was like, you know what? And you asked how we could squash this beef. This is how Scully and I could squash this beef. This is how. You give me Leon. I'll tell Scully to stand down. We could be back in business like we were. Because listen, all you had was Compton, which is me, and I'm backing out now. Scully, which is Inglewood, right? And then the projects, which Leon fucked up. So you ain't really got nothing. There's always somebody waiting to take ranks. So somebody in the projects is going to be willing to pick up where Leon left off with no problem. You understand me? Somebody is going to always want to be the big man on campus. There's a lot of cities, right? There's a lot of territories, and is just what it is. So we need to see what's going to happen. Where did he take Leon? What's going to happen between Man Boy? Who is going to be the secret person for Irene, the weakest link? Where the fuck is Lucia? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my review of Snowfall Season 4, Episode number 5. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I'm hoping that you are clicking the subscribe button right now to become a ray of sunshine. Right next to that subscribe button is the notification bell. Click all so you're alerted of all the videos I upload. Like this video so the algorithms know that you like me and I know that it's real. I feel the love, right? Share it so that people can come and have conversations. I know you be trying to keep me to yourself, but listen. You be talking about Snowfall with your people. I'm your people. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.